All right, Shalom. Shalom. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Call Halal Yom La Yahweh. Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem. Bracha HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopefully elect. It's your brother Isaiah with the Pittsburgh GMS camp. Coming at you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Yahweh Shai, Bahashem. Bracha HaKodash. Lord, win this lesson is edifying. All right, we'll play this clip real quick, and maybe I can mute it. Okay. I don't want to get a copyright strike. It's fair use, fair use. Fair use for educational purposes, not for money.
So what's the quality of men? What are you talking about?
It's the quality of men is dwindling.
Really?
Yeah.
So that's why you guys have to have your own?
Hold on, excuse me, because even for a man to sit there and be like, oh, because you're independent, that negates the fact of me being a man. Your sole job in life as a man, the ecosystem of you, is to provide. Right. That's
so men are supposed to provide for their family. This is true. That's not our sole purpose. Our sole purpose is to be servants of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, especially if we're prophets. Okay, which is why in these times we're told, if we have a wife, to be as though we had not. Now, we do provide. That's not what I'm saying. But that's not our sole purpose on this planet, so she's incorrect. But I got some more points I want to make about this.
that's who you are as a man. So me having to do the same thing is not subconsequential to you having to do it either. It's just what I have to do because of economics.
Would you want to?
No, you have to do it because you're grown. Drop a bomb. You have to do it because you're grown. And as a grown adult, you have responsibilities. Grown adults have bills. Grown adults have priorities. You have to pay for shit and do shit. You have to make sure that you can pull your own weight at all times. And I mean that respectfully, queen. It is our job to provide, but you got to be some grown adults around here.
But are we all not?
All right, so, I just did a lesson, posted it. My mic was muted, so we're just going to go off of this one. All right, and we'll just, speak what the scriptures say. All right, ultimately, now the times we're coming into, Isaiah 4:1. Okay, it's going to be some crazy times, and, women are going to have to pretty much take care of themselves, man. Isaiah 4:1, and in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. We're gonna bake our own food. We're not gonna come to you to give us food. We're not gonna come to you to give us clothing. Now normally, okay, there is a proper order of doing this, right? It says her food, raiment, and duty of marriage. Okay. Hit the enter button. Okay. Exodus 20:10 says, if he take him another wife, which is not against the law, according to the scriptures, her food, raiment, and her duty of marriage shall he not diminish. So if a man was to get another wife, he still has to provide for his original wife. All right. But what is the difference here? Well, the difference here is that these women are going to be full of reproach. All right. It's going to be the end times. Okay. Survival. So you understand. Moving from place to place as pilgrims. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. All right. Now let's talk a little bit about if things were under normal circumstances, because I still perceive this misconception that women are not supposed to take care of and be about certain businesses. Okay. Is it a Proverbs 30 or Proverbs 31? I think it's 31. We go to Proverbs 31, right? It says, who can find a virtuous woman, for her price is far above rubies. You have every woman with a little, with a vagina, with, a nice set of, whatever bodily section of their body that they feel like they can accentuate and promote to gain followers and what's the word? Validation and approval. They market it. Oh, look at my lips. Look at my, breasts. Look at my butt cheeks. Look at my beautiful face. Look at my whatever. And, you have these women that use these things to say, I'm the prize. But wait a second. The real prize is this type of woman, according to biblical standards. Okay? So these are the type of women that deserve and that should be getting traditional men who provide and do A, B, and C. All right. The scripture said the heart of her husband does safely trust in her so that he shall have no need of spoil. Why? Because she's going to be a true helpmeet. A helpmeet supports the household. And these scriptures prove this. She would do him good and not evil. She seeketh wool and flax and worketh willingly with her hands. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. What is this idea that a woman sits home and does nothing? And see, you'll understand when we read this, not only is she taking care of the children, but she's making goods and wares and selling them. She is like the merchant ships. She bringeth her food from afar. She rises also while it is yet night, and giveth meat to her household, and a portion to her maidens. She up in the hours of the night cooking. You know, especially if you have a big household or you sell food. You know, a lot of meal people that prepare for the day that sell food, they wake up 3 a.m. cooking to open at whatever time they open, so all the food's ready to sell to customers for the day. And a virtuous woman will be doing the same thing. It says she considereth a field and buyeth it. With the fruit of her hands, she planteth a vineyard. She considered the field and bought it. You know, she girded her loins with strength and strengtheneth her arms. She wasn't sitting around getting weak. She perceiveth that her merchandise is good. Her candle goeth not out by night. She layeth her hands to the spindle, and her hands hold the distaff, making goods and wares and carpets and tapestries. She stretcheth out her hand to the poor, yea, she reacheth forth her hands to the needy. She is not afraid of the snow for her household. See, for all her household are clothed with scarlet. She ain't afraid. She go out in the snow. It's cold. She got to go get what she gonna go get. She maketh herself coverings of tapestry. She making her own clothes. Her clothing is silk and purple. Okay. She maketh fine linen and selleth it, and delivereth girdles unto the merchant. She got goods and wares that she made with her hands. Strength and honor are her clothing, and she shall rejoice in time to come. She openeth her mouth with wisdom and kindness. It's like in her tongue is the law, and in her tongue is the law of kindness. She looketh well to the ways of her household. Oh, I see that we might need this, so I'm gonna go over here and do this and make sure that, okay, there might be my husband may not be able to do A, B, and C, so I'm gonna do this to make sure that when he come with his portion, that I got a little bit portion to put with that, and we putting that together. In this day and mindset of these women, my money is my money and your money is my money, and these women ain't thinking like this, but they want a man to come and do all the traditional things. Okay, that's not the correct mindset. It says she looketh well to the ways of her household, and eateth not the bread of idleness. All right, her children rise up and call her blessed, her husband also, and he praiseth her. Many daughters have done virtuously, but thou excellest them all. Favor is deceitful, and beauty is vain. Yeah, she may not be the finest woman in the world. All right, but the women get deceived by that favor that they get. Okay, but a woman that feareth Yahweh, she shall be praised. Give her the fruit of her hands, and let her own works praise her in the gates. So like I said, it's a kind of follow up to a previous lesson I did. I wasn't able to. The mic was messed up, but I just wanted to go into that. I gotta attend to this food I got in the kitchen cooking so it don't burn. Lord willing, this is an edifying lesson. Shalom till next time.